Hi, it's Moon Kitty with an I as in, this is, oh, that doesn't even start with an I, oh well. This is the video that people request from me the most, and I know you all want me to make this funny, but it's not funny. To make a joke out of this would be inappropriate of me. Consider this, instead of any kind of I spoil video, to be more so an actual summary of the book. A very opinionated summary of the book. Thistleclaw comes and visits the kits in the nursery, bringing them feathers to play with and being extra friendly. Spotted Kit trusts Thistleclaw. Spotted Paw gets apprenticed to Thrushpelt and immediately falls out of a tree, so Thistleclaw visits her in the medicine cat den. Now, quickly, let's address something. Spotted Paw is about the age of a young teenager, and she's trusting of the adults around her, especially Thistleclaw, who is confident, accomplished, and powerful. Thistleclaw has always been kind to her, giving her presents and visiting her even as a child. She respects Thistleclaw, she looks up to him, and Thistleclaw is the most interesting cat she knows. Feather Whisker sees potential in Spotted Paw as a medicine cat, but Spotted Paw wants to be a warrior, with Thistleclaw. Spotted Paw sees Tiger Paw beat up a child in the forest on Thistleclaw's instruction. His level of brutality upsets her, so she and Thistleclaw have a fight. Thistleclaw then goes and sucks up to her. He tells her that he wants her to be with him. She likes that Thistleclaw is treating her like an adult, but when she mentions that she's only an apprentice and that he's a warrior, he gets defensive. He convinces her that it's okay for him to wait for her, but then he attempts to tell her that StarClan has given omens that they should be together, which she dismisses as a joke. When she tells him to respect the medicine cat, who would be the one to receive and interpret omens, he becomes angry and jealous, accusing her of liking Feather Whisker more than she likes him. Then, when she insists that she likes him, he asks her to prove it by meeting him alone at night. He tells her not to tell anyone else, and doesn't tell her what they'll be doing. Now, again, let's address something. If an adult tells you not to tell anyone that you're meeting them, or to not tell anyone that they like you, or to not tell anyone that they spoke with you, you tell someone. You tell your parents or your teachers. Spotted Paw should have told her leader or her mentor. Spotted Paw didn't know any better. She trusted Thistleclaw, and that's what makes Spottedleafs Heart so horrifying. Before she goes to meet with Thistleclaw, Goosefeather wants to talk with her. He tells her that her heart is blind, she loves foolishly, and she will never know better. Now, Goosefeather is a bit of a Cassandra-type character. While his predictions are usually right or almost right, it's pretty infrequent that anyone believes him. Beyond the Thistleclaw situation, this is likely referring to the fact that Spottedleaf spends a bit of her life and all of her death mooning over a taken, still-living cat while she is functionally a nun. But I digress. Spottedleaf goes with Thistleclaw that night to the Dark Forest. Now, the Dark Forest, in case you didn't know, is cat hell. Cats are tricked into training there by their peers or evil ghosts to either become powerful or learn killing moves that they otherwise wouldn't be taught. Going to the Dark Forest is going against the warrior code, the rules that the cats live by. And Spottedleaf knows this is wrong and leaves. When she is invited to training the next day, she notices that Thistleclaw is trying to get her to practice the illegal Dark Forest move she witnessed on his son Whitepaw. She tells Thistleclaw she doesn't like him training in the Dark Forest, and he tells her two things. One, that he might be accepting help from evil cats, but that doesn't make him evil. And two, that he would do anything for Spotted Paw. She takes this literally. Spotted Paw is very empathetic and notices that Stormtail is sick when nobody else does. The idea of her being a medicine cat comes up again, and she decides that she still wants to be a warrior and rushes off to the Dark Forest to tell Thistleclaw about her decision. When she gets there, she witnesses Thistleclaw murdering someone. She now knows that Thistleclaw was lying on both points, and she demands that he chooses between the training in the Dark Forest and being with her. Thistleclaw chooses the Dark Forest. After she gets home, Bluefur thanks her for noticing her father is sick. Spotted Paw believes that if Thistleclaw becomes leader as he intends to, that she would be forced to fight in the kinds of bloody battles encouraged by the Dark Forest. She becomes a medicine cat to escape this and Thistleclaw. 6 months later, at Tigerclaw and Whitestorm's warrior ceremony, Spotted Paw overhears Queens gossiping about how Bluefur is pregnant without an obvious father. She and Feather Whisker help Bluefur give birth, while everyone is pretty convinced that Thrushpelt is the father. Bluestar doesn't allow him to name any of the kits or make any decisions regarding them. Meanwhile, everyone is wondering when Thistleclaw is going to be appointed deputy, as the current one is very old. He keeps coming back from patrols claiming to have been fighting off invading kitty pets, but Spotted Paw finds out that they've been going into Two Leg Place to find and attack innocent cats. Bluefur knows too, and she's angry and worried about Thistleclaw's potential leadership. Bluefur tells Spotted Paw that she has a hard decision to make, and when the time comes, Spotted Paw helps her sneak out of the camp with her children and watches her give them away. Spotted Paw then begs StarClan to watch over the kits, and StarClan cat named Snowfur, Bluestar's sister and Thistleclaw's former mate, floats down from StarClan to tell her that they'll do their best. Spotted Paw believes that Thistleclaw forced both of them to change their destinies. While the novella ends here, we know how the story goes afterwards. Bluefur is made into the deputy, and Thistleclaw dies somehow on a border patrol or something. So why is this story scary? Why does everyone consider it bad? Well, that's because Spotted Leaf is being manipulated by Thistleclaw. It's not her fault, it's entirely Thistleclaw's fault. It's scary because we had a Warrior Cats book about a child predator. Or more so, an innocent, confused victim of a child predator. It's not a problem of age gap. I don't mind if a 30-year-old Blossomfall and a 50-year-old Thornclaw get together. Blossomfall is an adult who can decide this for herself. I grew up surrounded by children whose parents were far apart in age and got together as adults. The difference is that Spotted Paw is a child being taken advantage of by an adult Thistleclaw. The biggest problem with Spottedleafs Heart is that its themes are lost on people who cannot recognize Thistleclaw's behavior. Not specifically that the subject matter is to adults, but instead that it's not presented obviously enough for children to understand. The situation is not presented as being obviously bad until Thistleclaw starts going to the Dark Forest. But it probably should have been presented as obviously bad way before that point. This is partially because we are being presented with this story from the perspective of the victim, who does not understand what's going on and does not understand why this is bad. Thistleclaw's treatment of Spotted Paw is called grooming, and to put it in the least graphic terms I possibly can, it's a process used by an adult to manipulate and take advantage of a child. If you are unfamiliar, I will put links in the description. While I, an adult woman, can understand what's going on here, a child reading the book cannot. Even children who recognize Spottedleafs Heart as bad usually did so for the wrong reasons, because it ruined Thistleclaw's character, or Bloofers, or contradicted Bluestar's prophecy, or they recognized it as a problem with an age gap, and not a problem with clear child manipulation. I feel like this story could have been told in a way that more properly portrays Thistleclaw's behavior as abusive and bad to Warrior Cat's preteen demographic, especially when they are going to be relating with the protagonist, the cat equivalent of a young teenager. I also think they could have used Bloofer for that source of information. I feel like they could have used Goosefeather a little bit more. I feel like any outside character coming in and helping Spotted Paw out of this would have been helpful for the story. And it's really too bad, because Spottedleafs Heart actually works well, plot-wise, as an alternative prequel to the first Warrior Cat series. In fact, Thistleclaw and Bloofer's behavior feel like they line up better with the story presented to us in Forest of Secrets than Bluestar's prophecy does. And I would recommend the other two novellas in Legends of the Clans. You get to see Baby Jake. Who doesn't want to see Baby Jake? In the end, I guess how I feel about Spottedleafs Heart is that it's on some level inappropriate. I don't want it to perpetuate the fact that Spottedleaf's relationship with Thistleclaw is in any way okay when she is a child and he is an adult. If Warrior Cats was a series with an adult demographic, I would have a totally different opinion, but totally different criticisms. Even if they're fictional cats, their relationship should not be romanticized, and it should not be treated as a good thing. Not after the Dark Forest plot twist, and not before it.